Well, the whole thing is it needs a system overhaul. The education system needs a overhauling from the basic. Some states have taken action. You know, let me give an example, Rivers State. They have gone back to the basic where foundational issues are being taken care of. When I saw that report, I said, well, maybe the basic, the primary level, there's a problem there. And until you take care of the primary level, the writing and all that, that's where writing skills, reading and all that, it starts. Okay? So that we need to really invest. And again, let me give other countries who have also done well in education systems. Take, for instance, Israel, the nation of Israel. A recent report I read showed that they are more interested in the input. The quality, well, the conventional education system focus on the output, but they focus on the input. And that is the teachers. What kind of teachers do they have? What kind of training have they gone through? And I've been involved in teacher training in the past. And I found that most teachers who have spent 15, 20 years in the classrooms were only attending training for the first time. And that was in 2004, 2005. I was in Taraba State. And we had to teach teachers under the tree. And these people, you find that they're not even, you know, every profession has a calling. There's a calling to every profession. They're not passionate to learn. They're just maybe those that, you know, didn't have a job and they got into this and, you know, became teachers by default. And we can trace that to 1970 after the Civil War, when the former administrator of Eastern State, the late Tukwa Biasika, wanted to catch up because of the time lost by the Southeast, who fought the war. You know, he wanted to catch up. He felt that the government will be able to accelerate that. And then he took over mission schools. And then we have seen that act, which was followed by Lagos State and other states followed from there. You find that that's the beginning. That was really the beginning of a failure of the kind of education system that we have. And I'm glad that they are now returning back those schools, you know, back to mission schools. We need to democratize education. We need to encourage competition as a nation, as states, and as individuals, because competition brings out the best in us. And by favoring some people while, you know, not favoring the other people, you're destroying those people more who are you're not allowed to compete. You know, there's in ego step profile that usually used in training managers to find out how the impact of their growing up in the way they manage other people in the office. You find that those are nurturing parents. They have if you have a high nurturing parent, you find that at the end, in your growing up, you become a helpless child. You're not able to take decisions. So it affects you in the workplace. You can't take decisions. You can't really stand up to make decisions that will impact or talk in public, or the confidence level is low. So these are some of the things, impact that this thing will have. It's more damaging to those who are being favored, who are allowed to get in with 2 marks or with 4 marks. So it's a very terrible thing. And when you said that the Minister of Education may not be aware of it, from the report, it showed that he was even aware. I wouldn't say that before anything goes out to the public domain, the minister will authorize it. So take for instance my state, Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State is educationally disadvantaged, which on a personal level, I'm working out plans on how to get all the boys on the streets of Nigeria, hawking and all that, back to the classroom. Because one is that you give people scholarship or free education, but you find them out on the streets. Rather than being in a classroom, they're helping their parents in the farms, or their parents are sending them out to different places to hawk on the street. I'm talking about Ebonyi State now.
Okay.
So the solution is not really in the free education as well, but to make sure that their parents have work to do, they can earn income. Because if their parents are not earning income, they are bound to send their words to make money for them, so that they can feed.
Let's take a look at those cutoff marks again in this. Yes, it should pop up. And if you look at this, I mean, if they have to go through all of this, it's clear when they talk about no person should be discriminated against based on gender, for one, and then you see those marks where maybe the second or the third one slide which will pop up, and you see states as Yobe, where you have to score 2 as against maybe someone from Enugu who's got to score 134 to get admitted on the same exam. And you ask yourself, isn't it common knowledge that these are innately discriminatory and they shouldn't even stand in the first place? Yet, we have this one. Look at that one. Yes, Zamfara, Taraba, Yobe. Sometimes it's as unbelievable as it is, it's true.
Yeah, when you look at it, that the name of the school is Unity School, right?
Yeah.
But by this policy, you're causing disunity. The whole idea is to unite this nation. But by this discriminatory policy, you find that you're actually disuniting the nation. Because again, how are they going to perform? Even when somebody, for instance, Anambra State, 139. But you know that Anambra State, at a point, had a high rate of boy dropout. Then the governor came in and saw this thing, and he worked hard. He's working hard to bridge that gap. And you say that somebody from Anambra State, who is also battling with, bridging the gap, the generation they have lost, uneducated people they have lost, educated people they have lost, that he should also have, will not have opportunity of getting in at, he's the highest. That means you don't want him to go to school. So what the state government will now say, okay, look, our destinies are now in our hands. So let us see what we can do. Forget the federal government. Let us see what we can do as a state to give our people education so we can catch up with the rest of the country. So this discriminatory policy is actually disuniting us than uniting us. That's what it has done.
Mr. Nweze, there are those who believe that this could be termed affirmative action, as in we're trying to get those who are behind to catch up with those that have seemed to have gone ahead. So how do you react to that? Can this be an affirmative action? Would it help in any way?
Of course. And, I mean, those people, if it is a minister, the minister should resign immediately. The minister should just resign because it's scandalous. And he has not come out in the open to say, okay, that we made a mistake, or we did not authorize this, that this leaked information leak, it was a recommendation and all that. But it was stated as if it's a policy and all that. All the people responsible for this should resign, either resign or be sacked. They should be sanctioned. Because it's not in the same, in this year and age. For speaking out loud, this is knowledge economy. We are 10 years into knowledge economy. And people are still giving this, they are dragging us forward. By this singular action, if we allow it, Nigeria will not join the rest of the nation, the rest of the countries, the rest of the nations into the knowledge economy. And Nigeria will be left behind. And you know the consequence. So these people, affirmative action, yes.
Only recently, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was also the talk of cheating. You know, there was in some schools.